Greetings, YouTube, and welcome to the Blue Corner. I'm here with shoutouts, people.
Nation Duelist,
Mega Monkey 666,
Joey the Flame.
And rather than just discuss the ban list and my thoughts on it about myself, we're going to do this with a whole bunch of people. So we got 4 probably varying opinions depending on certain cards. And yeah, you guys will enjoy this. So
list right here.
Yep. So I guess the first thing to talk about is the fact that there were no bans.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. We've gotten to the point, like, there are cards that could easily get banned, and should, but since they aren't meta-relevant cards, they're not going. Things like Honest and Limiter removal and stuff.
Yeah. I would love to see Honest, Limiter removal, BLS go.
Yeah.
BLS is kind of relevant right now.
Yeah, it is.
Hopefully he'll finally go.
Shadol's and Burning Abyss can play it.
I mean, I was playing a bad deck like Saffron today, and I won because I had BLS and Honest, actually.
Sapphiro's balling, though.
Yeah, Sapphiro's awesome.
Yeah. Venture to like to 3. Anyway, so anything you guys wish? Oh no, we already talked about it. Okay, so let's get to the things that came off the ban list then. First up, Glow Bulb.
Yeah.
We got 1 dedicated plant player here, 1 indifferent, and yeah. I'm really surprised that they brought it off the list now.
Actually, I was talking with one of my buddies at work the other day, and we were talking about the ban list, and I jokingly said they were going to unban Glow Bulb.
I really didn't think they would have done it. Not with
because he was talking about his dream list where they unbanned Spellbook of Judgment for his prophecy decks. I'm like, you know what? Fucking unban Glow Bulb, and then it happened.
If we're doing that, can I get Future Fusion and Dragon Ravine back?
Dragon Ravine,
yes. Fufu, no.
Never.
Okay. But yeah, I was really surprised that Bulb came back. Like, I didn't think they would have done it with Rulers and like...
Well, Rulers, especially with Soul Charge to 1, are done.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised they brought it back to like Shadol.
Yeah, Shadol.
And stuff.
Well,
even Monarchs.
It's not. I don't even think it's that amazing now. Give it a month for them to release the Earth Shadol, though.
Yeah, that's gonna be ridiculous.
Kind of like, this is just simply ridiculous.
That'll get stupid.
After Secret of Evolution, Shadol plans.
Yeah.
And then the other unbanned, Raigeki.
Yeah.
Is it relevant? People were saying Darkhold a 2 or 3, and sure, why not?
Yeah, we...
It's interesting to note, though, that since a ban, like back in the day when it was just limited and semi-limited, since there's been a ban list, Raigeki's never been named.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see it like that.
Plus, I have an original LOB first edition.
Mine's not first.
It's okay, unlimited to awesome.
Hey, you know the difference in price between a first and a non?
How much?
$70.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that.
A regular is 10, a first is 80.
Yeah. It's
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I was kind of...
from Joey's World are 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's making
I sold
those
mine
6
for 10.
It's making those 6 cents pies. Attempts a little better.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised, but at the same time, yeah, it's like I kind of find it a little underwhelming, given that the best decks float. Someone pretty much said it that it's going to see play in the fair decks that don't generate the advantage that the other ones do, in order to try and keep pace, and it'll be good in decks that are trying to play for damage as opposed to trying to play for advantage.
Yeah.
I could see it being sided in any of the big decks when time's looming, just so you can be like Raigeki and then get some pokes in.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't even, like, I had 2 test matches under new list yesterday, a Shadol Mirror and a Shadol Satellanite. In 6 games, I drew it no times, he drew it once, and just to get over, like, my construct and, like, synchro play was decent. Even that in itself was okay.
Yeah, I really don't like the idea of Raigeking a construct. Like,
Yeah.
just, yeah, everything floats.
Like, it kills that when you get back to fusion, but you do get over a 28 problem that can catastrophe all your special summon monsters.
Yeah. That's definitely true.
Yeah, it will see some play. I think it'll eventually taper off in the format.
I think for like the next week, you're gonna have to deal with scrubs be like, oh my god, it's the worst thing that could happen. Oh, it's so broken.
Then they'll realize.
Yeah, I've already heard of
dust
those
it over
actually.
a lot.
Being like, oh my god, Raigeki, why they unban this? It's so stupid, it's so broken, it's so gay,
That
These are
feel
the-
line it isn't.
Yeah, really.
These are the same people, though, who think that pendulum summons are ridiculous right now.
Yeah,
The power creep, man, like it's ridiculous.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. Rulers are pretty much done now, and they're like some of the most busted things in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, which.
Alright.
So other things that went from 1 or 2 or 3 to 1. The first one we have on the list is Infernity Archfiend.
Yes! Oh, fuck.
As much as I hate that deck, I don't think it needed to happen.
No.
It's just Konami doing what they do every year, and Overkill 9000, the deck that won Worlds.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
I'm sorry, but no, fuck that deck. Fuck it going off first and making those ridiculous boards. I'm so glad
You
that...
mean kind of like Dragoonity does.
No comment.
No comments.
Please tell me more about how Infernity are worse.
Shit. You got Barrier, though.
Yeah, they should have put Barrier back to 3 to compensate for one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I could see that. As it is, though, it's...
Synchro Infernity, if you're really, really lucky with a good setup, might still be somewhat viable, but it's still ass competitive-wise.
Yeah.
Seize Infernity, the build that Star Hobby was playing in Worlds, is absolutely fucked.
Yeah.
You need at least 2 Archfiend to do a proper combo.
Yeah.
And were there any other monsters that got strictly limited from multiple?
No.
I don't think so.
So then
There's
there's...
spells and traps.
Obvious one is Soul Charge,
First up being Soul Charge.
which...
It had to happen.
It was gonna happen eventually. Everyone saw it.
That card is stupid.
Well, now at 1, though, it's just a pretty much degenerate SAT card, whereas at least at 3, you could expect him playing around. It's like, oh, my opponent has the multiple Soul Charges.
Like, the thing about it is like, that going to 1, like, decks like Sylvans, Dragon Rulers, and Mermail are barely even decks anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
they were built around of using Soul Charge.
Mm-hmm.
At least Soulfire's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, because that was never relevant.
Totally.
Then the last limit is super polymerization. I agree that it had to happen, but I feel like it happened too soon.
I think they realized they had to do something just because of next set.
Yeah, that's true.
I would have liked for them to at least give it to like January.
That's fair.
Because like Shadalls, until they get next challenge, like Shadalls basically are dead for the next one.
Yeah.
They absolutely are. Like with 1 super poly, like Satellanites can now walk all over them.
Yeah.
And Burning Abyss is now the best deck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the price of Dante.
That's skyrocketing.
Banlist comes out and it goes up by $30 again.
Yeah. So I think it happened too soon, but I understand that it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, compared to what happened in the OCG where they hit the 2 fusion monsters.
That's just dumb.
But this is neither here or there.
And then there's Sentiment, which there's 4 cards. Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind.
Yeah.
Relevant in 2010.
Yeah.
Black Wings I love so much.
So
Too bad they're bad.
they couldn't just put this to 3 and save themselves some list space?
No.
Whatever.
Oh my god, Blackwings will be too
Look at how
OP.
they've touched Blackwings over the years. It's been...
Like, I swear to God, Blackwings are the new Gladiator beasts. They get one thing on the fucking list and it's like, Blackwing format.
Yeah, but except they don't have an awesome animated GIF.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
That's...
Wars.
Yeah.
Does anybody care?
No.
No, you'll see playing Monarchs, and that's about it.
It's a card that has been power crept out of existence for like the past 1.5, 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There.
Basically ever since Mermail came out and Big Eye became relevant.
Yeah.
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 That's a thing.
Although now that Glow Up's back, you can, in theory, just sync with the token.
Good.
Yeah.
But overall, Gores. The name of the game right now is Back Row and Floodgates, and that kind of interferes with summoning Gores.
Yeah.
It does.
Then there's just irrelevant traps like Ceasefire and Transmigration.
Ceasefire is kind of, there must be some reason for that. Like, I don't know if they...
Now you
Because
can
is it
never
cease-
deck out because you can put 1 Transmigration in with the first one.
That thing's gonna see
I
playing
think
sides.
Konami's logic behind the ceasefire was, oh hey, I activate ceasefire against your dolls. They take damage and then their flip effects don't activate.
Yeah.
That's probably their
I
logic
could-
behind that.
That's actually a fairly
It's
decent...
probably the logic
Although I
behind
think
that.
they would
Like,
probably
I don't think
change
Konami
shadows to
does
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Transmigration's going to be a strong sign, though.
Yeah.
I agree. It's probably going to be a better DD Crow.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Wiretap.
Then there's the 4 unlimits, starting with Coach Soldier Wolfbark.
That I'm not sure if I agree with. I mean, people say it should have happened because Altair is a thing, but the thing is, Altair restricts your attacks, whereas Coach Soldier Wolfbark allows you to make generics and some really good exceeds. Like,
That's true, but at the same time, there's a difference between with Wolfbark, which is a break-even exceed, and Altair, which is a +1 exceed,
That is true.
which is just dumb.
yeah, I still think he would have been better at 2.
I was more surprised that they moved him up and didn't move Gundam at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fair.
that's
Especially to compensate for the loss of 2 Soul Charge.
yeah.
Because
Gun could definitely go to 2, or hell, maybe even. What about Diva?
I think Diva could do it.
Yeah. There's no real problem with her.
As long as Dragoon stays at 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Diva
that
can
deck
do
can't
that.
really do a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, because then with Diva, with Dragoons at 1, if you have to search your Diva with your Dragoons, you can't do the Megalo, Marksman, OTK.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Then there's Magician of Faith.
So just been from
What is this, GOAT format?
Apparently.
Can we just make it the first card you can play more than 3 copies of? Like, is that relevant at all?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, you can loop it with Regeki.
The same case as Sukiomi.
Regeki all the things.
Yup.
Yep.
Formula Synchron.
That, yeah. Didn't need to be on
Would
there.
have been,
Yeah.
like, when it, yeah, it just doesn't see play anymore.
I suppose with Glow Up, but I mean, even then.
In what, though?
Exactly.
What provides you with a good level 1 non-tuner?
Tokens.
1-for-1 dandy.
Let's talk about meta relevant decks here, because I
Fair
don't
enough.
care about casual fag decks with this stuff. The Banlist doesn't care about casual tier decks either.
Well, first thing I want to say though before we get to the point is I just want to talk about some things that like didn't happen. Like, for one, I don't know why Thunder King is still at 1. Like, I think it could have gone to 2.
I think it's just. I don't think Thunder King matches the direction Konami wants to go.
Yeah,
That's the simplest explanation I have.
that makes sense.
Okay, next one. Some of those discards, like Wing Blast, Geki Break, Karma Cut. Like, I heard some people talk about maybe they should hit Wing Blast on the list of 2.
Something that's inherently a -1 should. That's inherently a -1 like that, or like just because Burning Abyss are like
Doing things.
I don't know. It's a card that's always been like a part of really good formats.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
There's one thing I'm
Well,
surprised they never
I'm
did.
just gonna go with the last unlimited first, which is
Yeah.
Rhoda.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So
It's
Tellers
been-
lose 2 Soul Charging gain a Rhoda. That's not a fair for trade.
It's been at 3 in the past, and people only run 2 anyway because 3 claws.
Yeah.
There was one thing I was surprised they never had on the ban list, and that was artifacts. I was
Yeah.
surprised they never hit
I
artifacts.
expected more all tech.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would make
Maybe
sense.
they just feel that because they hit Super Poly, people will play Artifact Shadows, and that will be their justification for hitting them.
I guess.
Kind of surprised actually the hands didn't get put to 2.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I mean, Tengu's at 2, and the hands are better, so what the hell?
We're on the
Yeah,
topic.
Bring Tengu back.
Tengu at 2 is fucking bullshit.
Yeah. It should
I've
be
said
a
it's
3.
bullshit since the day it went to 2, because even at the time it didn't deserve it, and they've just left it there for the last 2 years.
Yep.
And the other thing I want to ask about is the floodgates, like vanities, the mirrors. Like,
Next
people
battle.
were talking about hitting vanities, and
Well, I think the reason they didn't hit Vanities is because they're going to reprint it at some foiling Legendary Collection.
yeah,
Vanities.
that's what I
So,
said.
Sell more
gotta
product.
push gotta push that product. But I
Yeah,
think the only floodgates that actually deserve to get hit are Goes in Rivalry and Madness.
and skill drain because of Clyforth.
Maybe we could see some of those floodgates getting hit on the next ban list. But
And because of the floodgate talk, people have been going back and forth on Storm, which I think is actually worth doing a little talk about. Is the merit of Storm, and like, should it have come back as well?
I would have been okay if it came back.
I think it should. Just because you shouldn't be able to mindlessly set a bunch of macro and not have some, like, at least fear of punishment for it.
Yeah.
oh, like no
Like,
fear.
Storm is like without Storm, it's just set every spell and trap I have. With Storm, it's does he have it? How many do I set? Play around it, all that stuff promotes intelligent play,
Yeah.
which is always a good thing.
Also,
And it is also an answer to just floodgates,
Yeah.
because there's so many different floodgates. 3 MST is not enough to stop it.
No, it's not.
And things like obviously counters for plays are a good thing, but being able to set a bunch and being able to wiretap the full house, malevolent catastrophe, whatever, is too strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I get what you guys are getting at, but at the same time, like, every time Storm is in, it just seems to things get even more stupid. And rather than bring Storm back, I think they'd be better off just printing something that allows you to just deal with floodgates, because really, it's the floodgates that are the problem.
Yeah.
Why bring back Storm when they could just hit the floodgates themselves?
Because there's too many relevant floodgates. That's the simplest answer. It's we either put one card from banned to limited, or put like 20 cards from 3 to 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Just save space on the list.
I think Konami should try to start slimming down the ban list, trim all the fat that doesn't need to be there anymore, and
Some things off.
make the list smaller. Like, it's getting to the point where the list is just insane in size.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, you said you wanted to talk about relevancy with some decks, right?
I think that Burning Abyss right now are the best deck.
Yeah.
No questions asked. It's got the most things it can abuse in Wind Blast and Karm Cut, which Karm Cut is fucking stupid.
Great.
If that thing goes off, that's stupid.
Yep.
Satellarite's got a huge boost from the decrease in play of Shadal's because they lost 2 Super Poly, which was a great answer against the deck.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they take a huge hit from Soul Charger.
Of the big 3, I think Shadal's are the weakest one right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But next
next month in November, when we get challengers, they're going to obviously be way back up there.
Yeah.
Especially with that Elstrad All Fusion.
And then I think the top 3 decks post challengers, I think Stella Knights are going to get forced out of the meta.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
are.
They'll drop to 2. They'll drop to 2.
It's going to be Shadal's, Burning Abyss, and Kleiphoff.
Yeah. By far.
The only reason it won't be tier 0 is because you can side deck against that deck so hard.
Kleiphoff?
Yeah.
Kleiphoff aren't as strong as people think.
That's true. Because you can side deck against it so hard.
People overestimate how good that deck is.
That's fair.
It's easy to side deck against.
Exactly.
Curse Seal, Anti-Spell Fragrance.
Twister.
Yeah. And then some quick thoughts on a couple of the non-tier decks, like some of the stuff that have been below but have been doing okay, like Batterymen. What are some of the other? I'm trying to think of some of the other decks that have been like topping outside of them.
I think they need to put Call of the Haunted back to 1.
Yeah, that was actually something I wanted to talk about too. Was the power of Call of the Haunted has become really strong, and I think it could get hit.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where it should be back on the list.
It's just too strong. It really is.
Yeah, maybe on the
I
next.
think there's more things they could easily unban. But they're probably not going to because it's not going to help them push any product in the near future.
Yeah, we'll see that We'll see that come January when the new
Just
set comes out.
Just things like Thousand Eyes and like Trishula and stuff like that.
Actually, I thought Trisha would come back off of this list.
Yeah.
So did I. Man, they should have seriously. Instead of unbanning her Geki, unban Globe, Trish, and put Tengu back to 3.
No.
Yeah, hopefully on the next list, Ravine finally comes back.
Yeah.
That way they can promote the Dragunity support in the next pack.
Oh
Fucking
my God,
awful
that card's
spear.
So terrible.
That's another card that never deserved to get hit in the first place. It
Ravine.
was just a product of them overkilling something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bring it back. There's no reason for it to stay banned. Dragons are already dead no matter what.
And Dragunity are completely and utterly unplayable without it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one believed me when I said, no, the deck's dead. No, it is
They're
dead.
gonna bring,
Yeah.
I have a feeling they're going to bring it back before Secret Revolution, or whatever the TCG name is, I forget what it is. I'm assuming it's going to come back because of the
Secrets
Dragunity
of
support.
Eternity.
Yeah, that's
Secrets
Secrets
of Eternity.
That's its English.
I can see Triple Ravine coming back before then.
I also think like there's actually a lot of things between Legendary Collection 5Es, Next Challengers, and Secrets of Eternity that have a lot of legacy support that I feel like they could make it so they could do certain things on the list. Like Dragon Ravine, if they're going to reprint Dragunity stuff in 5Es collection, or the new guy or the new card in Secrets, unban Ravine. You wind up in Secrets, unban Party Boat.
Yeah, I think somebody will probably be coming back soon.
Move Magician back up to 2 or 3.
Yeah, just like 3 Magician, 1 Zen Mighty.
Yeah,
And we're basically back to where they were last time they were good. except without Shockmaster, and everything around them is so much better.
Yeah.
Thank God, no Shackmaster.
Fuck Shockmaster.
Anyway, this is getting pretty long.
Yeah, we're kind of pushing the 21-minute mark. So, any closing thoughts on this list?
8.5 out of 10. They
Yeah.
shouldn't have hit Archfiend. They hit Super Volley too soon, but I'm okay with everything else.
Yeah, I'm fairly okay with everything on there.
I feel like they could have done more, but I also feel like they kind of didn't do enough. So
Yeah.
In between.
But
That's fair.
the thing I've noticed with the recent list is they've done just enough to knock a couple decks down, and then the new set comes out and completely blows everything out of the water.
Yeah.
See Claypaw.
Yeah. And before that, well, look what happened to Hat and Geargia and
Yeah.
everything before Duelist Alliance came out.
I was actually, just because Konami are such money grubbers, I was surprised they didn't already move Gear back up to promote the new structure.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Well, yeah, that's coming up soon.
But that card's just unfair.
It is, but they don't care.
That's
They
true.
care about pushing
They just want that full money.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah, this is our review on the list. My sentiments are kind of the same. Seems like they did okay. They didn't do as much as they could, but they did enough. I mean, I do like the fact that Polly got hit because that really was probably the most unfair card in the deck. And Soul Charge, at least something's been done. But now it's going to be a dirty sack card, like Reborn, where it's like, oh, you got your Soul Charge first. I guess I win. Yeah, but
It's a new
oh well.
ELS.
Yeah, basically. And you'll see play in a lot more decks just because it's a one-of. In any case, though, yeah, this is our list review on Blue Star 899.
Nation Duelist.
666.
Joey the Flame.
Links to their channels will be down below. Check them out. And until next time, this is everyone else jacking out.